All right, hello there, welcome back to another weird different video. Today's video, we are going to be doing my 2025 NBA awards tier list. Now, to be honest with you, there's some controversial things on here that not everyone's going to agree with, but ultimately there will be winners and there will be losers. Don't know if you want to call them losers, but not winners. First of all, in the MVP race, you have Shea and Nikola Jokic. In the Defensive Player of the Year race, you have Dyson Daniels and Evan Mobley. Rookie of the Year race, you have Alex Sarr, Stephon Castle. Sixth Man of the Year award, you have Payne Pritchard, Russell Westbrook. Most Improved Player award will be between Cade Cunningham and Christian Brown. Coach of the Year will be between Kenny Atkinson and JJ Redick. And then the last two awards, which are, excuse me, the last two awards, which I feel like are fairly obvious at this point, but I mean, you never know. You have Jalen Brunson and Jason Tatum, and then Sam Presti and Mike Dunleavy, I believe. But anyway, let's just get to it. You guys know how it is. It's crucial to be objective and honest, but too many people have so many bias regarding Jokic and Shea. Personally, who am I going to go with for MVP? Again, people are going to agree or disagree because this is just the nature of the MVP award. I would actually give it to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. My reason being is voter fatigue is a real thing, and people, sometimes acknowledge it, sometimes people don't, but voter fatigue is a real thing. If Jokic has never won an MVP award, I think his odds would drastically increase. But considering voter fatigue, and it's something you just have to consider because it's the truth. You can't ignore it. You can't pretend it's not there. It is the truth. Considering voter fatigue, on top of considering that the OKC Thunder are the number one seed in the West, on top of considering that Shea is the highest scoring player in the NBA right now, on top of considering that he is a significantly better defender than Jokic, I think the MVP award is pretty easy to decide. Now, if voter fatigue wasn't a thing, like I said, it'd be a lot closer because Jokic is a significantly better playmaker, and you could argue he's more valuable to his team. But ultimately, the winning team with the best player typically gets the MVP. And then you add on to the fact that Shea has just been on another planet, period. People can't say, oh, well, he's foul baiting. Like, dude, to be honest with you, a lot of people on this list, get calls that are a little bit frustrating compared to your average player. Anyhow, in terms of Defensive Player of the Year, I think this is definitively Dyson Daniels. The dude is getting steals at an insane rate. He's getting blocks pretty nicely. And honestly, just defensively, he's very, very locked in, very active hands, obviously, when you have those steals. But even if you just don't even take steals into consideration, deflections, this dude is all over the place. He can guard the 1 through 3 really effectively. You don't really see him guard 4 or 5s. You don't see him guard 5s often, period. But in terms of just 1 through 3, he's really stellar. Honestly, he's been a revelation for the Hawks. Him leaving to Atlanta from the Pelicans was a huge boost for them. Plus, they get rid of DeJounte Murray when, let's be honest, Pelicans probably overpaid at this point. I mean, obviously, you can't read into an Achilles tear ahead of time, but even then, his performance, aside from that, wasn't really too great. Rookie of the Year, in my opinion, should go to Stephon Castle. I think this dude has been an absolute revelation for the Spurs. I think there will be people. Where's Rookie of the Year on here? Where's Rookie of the Year? Oh, it's on the way bottom. I think a lot of people forget about Stephon Castle because of Wembanyama, but once Wembanyama went down, it kind of opened the door to seeing how good he is, period. And this dude can just, in my opinion, when you saw Ja Morant as a rookie, you envisioned him to be an elite, all-NBA player for years to come. I think with his injuries, it's tough. Stephon Castle's kind of in the same boat to where as long as he doesn't get injured, dude, this guy can be so special. He can be so freaking good. And not good like, oh, he's an all-star. I'm talking all-NBA good. This guy can jump out of the gym, developing a J. His finishing ability is insane. The biggest question mark to me with high-flying guys is always health. But if he can be healthy, dude. Okay, now we got 6th Man of the Year. And in all honesty, there's going to be a lot of Russell Westbrook lovers out there, and I don't blame them. But to me, Peyton Pritchard has been so freaking amazing out of the bench for Boston. You talk about a team that doesn't have the flexibility to really gain pieces because they already spent a crap ton on Porzingis, Drew, JT, JB. There's just not a lot of leeway. But him being able to come in here, and when I mean come in here, I mean stay with Boston, you know, on that extension and just believe in himself, shoot the ball lights out, make big time playmaking plays when he needs to. And then when Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown are out or they really need a boost, he's there. I mean, I don't know if anyone saw this coming aside from just U of O fans, because obviously, you know, there's a bias there. But his ability to shoot the three ball is remarkable. I'm pretty sure he's shooting above 40%. So to me, more than anything, the Celtics team just needed this. They needed someone within the system to just come out and be good. And he's been that. And no disrespect to Russell Westbrook, but his efficiency is not great. You know, what he provides, Russell Westbrook, is leadership. What he provides is playmaking. But there's a downside to him, which is sometimes he can really, really just miss shots very untimely or just untimely turnovers. And I'm not saying he's consistently doing that because he's been very, very solid for the Nuggets. But someone shooting above 40% on a team that needs that kind of output. I mean, you need the same thing from the Nuggets, but the Celtics are just better in every way. And he is the most important bench piece. So to me, Peyton Pritchard, 6th man of the year. Then we got next up, most improved player of the year. You know, I don't believe this award should go to Cade Cunningham just because he was the first overall pick and everyone projected him to be good one day. But with how the NBA, you know, award works, it's just who just got better. Which to me, guys like him should be ineligible if you're a first overall pick. If you're like in the first 5, I don't think you should be eligible for most improved because you're expected to take that leap. I mean, unless you just fell off of the face of the, you know, of the earth and you sucked and then you got better out of nowhere, sure. But every year Cade Cunningham has been playing, he's gotten better every year. And this year he's taking a leap, obviously, into really knocking on the door to being a superstar. But I mean, come on. We expected him to just be a really good player one day. Christian Brown wasn't expected to be a really good player one day. And to me, when you double your points per game and defensively him being the way he is, I think the award should go to him. But the reality is it's going to go to Cade Cunningham just because, yes, is he more improved than Christian Brown? Yes, of course. But we expected it. It was an expected improvement because he was the first overall pick. So it's not fair to have these guys compete against one another. He should be ineligible. This award should go to Christian Brown. The expectations weren't there. He just surprised everyone. Nevertheless, Cade Cunningham will win that award. Coach of the year. Listen, I'm a Laker fan. I'm a fan of JJ Redick, and honestly, he's deserving of consideration. But Kenny Atkinson has every right to win Coach of the Year. I mean, you're talking about a Cavs team that everyone just slept on. They didn't change their roster from last year. I mean, they just didn't. They kept the same core guys. Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland. People thought Darius Garland would leave. People thought Donovan Mitchell might leave. Ultimately, he comes in and he just rights the ship. Everyone's playing phenomenal. JB Bickerstaff goes to the Pistons. There was just no reason to believe the Cavs could be the number 1 seed, and they have taken the NBA world by storm. I think the next huge test that a lot of people, including me, are doubting a bit is how they're able to play against the Celtics. I don't believe that they're going to be able to knock down the Celtics out of the playoffs, but first and foremost, you got to get to the first 2 rounds, which would be a challenge in and of itself, depending on who they play in the second round, whether it's the Knicks or the Bucks or the Pacers or whomever. It's going to be interesting to see, like I said, but ultimately this award has to go to him. No one expected the Cavs to be this good. They have, again, kept the same roster, just different system, and they have reaped the rewards, to say the least, so far. Kenny Atkinson is definitely deserving of Coach of the Year. Now we get to Clutch Player of the Year, and to me, this is Jalen Brunson. I mean, come on. Coach of the Year, where's Clutch Player? Okay, yeah, Clutch Player is up there. So, Jalen Brunson, dude, is the Knicks offense with 5 minutes to go in every game, in any close game. If you need a big shot, you're going to go to Jalen Brunson. If you need someone to get to the free throw line, you're going to go to Jalen Brunson. If you need someone to facilitate a huge play, you're going to go to Jalen Brunson for everything. I mean, as good as Jason Tatum is in the clutch, they also have other guys to step up and hit huge shots. Let's be honest. With the Knicks, with 5 minutes to go, it's going to go through Jalen Brunson, and he can go on these 8-0 self runs, you know what I mean, where it's just him. He's capable of that. Jason Tatum is too, but because of who he has around him, he doesn't need to do that more often than Jalen Brunson does. Jalen Brunson flat out has to do that, and he does. He is the clutch player of the year. To me, it's not a question. And then you got executive of the year. You know, people can say this Jimmy Butler, you know, trade has changed the Warriors, and they would be 1000% correct. It obviously has. But you can't ignore what Sam Presti has done. You just can't ignore. He has all these picks going into the year. He trades Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso. He extends Isaiah Joe. This team, with the signing of also Isaiah Hartenstein, they're so good. Honestly, this Thunder team is so crazy. And in the playoffs, I don't even know how the teams are going to hold up against them. It could be a domination in terms of the first round, because depending on who they play, if it's the Clippers, I think the Thunder would be 4-1. If it's the Kings, 4-0, 4-1. If it's the Timberwolves, 4-2. You know what I mean? Like, after the first round, it gets crazy, but what he's done to this team, they needed a big man, and he got one. They needed a winning player who can play defense, and Alex Caruso, and they got him. Is Josh Giddey doing good in Chicago? Yes, he is. But Alex Caruso is a winning player who's already won a championship. Here is the list. If I zoom out, will there be less ads? Not really. It's kind of crazy what this website's become. I mean, dude, this is pretty gnarly. There's a lot of ads. Okay, well, it is what it is. It's not going anywhere. Anyway, let's go over this one more time. MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Defensive Player of the Year Dyson Daniels, Most Improved Player of the Year Cade Cunningham, Sixth Man of the Year Peyton Pritchard, Clutch Player of the Year Jalen Brunson, Coach of the Year Kenny Atkinson, Executive of the Year Sam Presti, and Rookie of the Year Stephon Castle. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Again, I'm trying to be objective here as much as possible. I'm trying to put my bias aside. Obviously, I'd love to see JJ Redick win Coach of the Year, but you got to pay respects to Kenny Atkinson. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching. This is Ollie Been Different. We've been different. And we out.